it's Natalie here once again, and today I am going to talk about how I stay relatively happy while living abroad. Now, as you guys may know, I have lived abroad for 3.5 years, going on 4 years now. I currently live in Seoul, Korea, and you know, moving abroad is already a huge step. Many people can't even fathom the thought of leaving their home country or even their city, let alone going to another country and living there for years. And I think one of the biggest fears is being lonely or feeling unhappy while you're abroad. And today I'm going to show you how I tackle those kinds of insecurities and fears that I go through. Anyways, if you're interested to see how I stay happy while living abroad, then stay tuned. Before we get started, make sure that you subscribe and follow me on all my social media accounts so you can keep up to date with me. Also, I'm now offering one-on-one consultations, which is basically a video chat between you and me where you can ask me anything and everything in regards to living or moving abroad. So please go ahead and check that link out below. Alright, let's get back to the video. I think that the biggest fear that most people have while living abroad is feeling lonely. And when I moved to Korea, I moved to kind of the countryside of Korea. It wasn't too country, but you know, I was pretty much probably the only foreigner in 10 square miles. So loneliness, people fear loneliness, but the thing is that it's not loneliness what you experience. It's something completely different. It's isolation. And many people do not experience isolation at any point of their lives. Maybe in high school when you feel like you don't fit in. And people fear that feeling. They don't want to feel like they stand out. But when you move to another country, especially if you don't know the language, especially if you don't look like the ideal vision of beauty, you are isolated. So I would go all day without speaking English. Well, I am an English teacher, but the amount of English that I would speak on a daily basis would be minimal. I'm talking about extreme low-level English, speaking extremely slow, and that's it. I would speak in my classroom, and then when I left, I didn't speak English for the rest of the day. It was only me in my apartment, and I was just in my head by myself. And yes, it can feel really isolating when you're going out and you feel like you cannot connect, you can't communicate with other people. It's really, really hard. So one way how I combat that is I learn to keep in regular contact with my family members. My family members are kind of like my rock, and I try to talk to them at least once a day, if not even more. If it wasn't for them, I don't think I could have probably survived my first year. It was really, really an isolating and different experience. Some people cannot handle isolation. I'm gonna be honest. Some people come abroad or they come to Korea, they see how lonely they feel and isolated they feel, and they do what we call the midnight run, which is where over a weekend or within overnight they just leave the country without any word. And you know, I know a couple of people who have done that, and it's really sad that it comes down to that. But anytime somebody asks me why have I stayed in Korea for so long, I say, I think I really needed to live in Korea at this point in my life. And I say that because being so isolated allowed me to really reflect and be one with my thoughts. And I had to start evaluating, why do I think this way? Why am I reacting in this manner? It allowed me to appreciate and reflect on how I got to this point in my life. It allowed me to see the goods and the bads that I have experienced in order for them to kind of all puzzle in place together and merge together. So in a sense, it was kind of meditation for me. Being so isolated, I would indulge in the things that I liked and just be quiet and just think about my past. Within this time, it allowed me to grow emotionally, grow mentally, spiritually, physically. And I really, like I said, I really needed that time in my life to be in Korea to allow me to do those kind of things. Because I feel like a lot of times we get blinded and distracted by all these other extraneous details that we never really solely look within ourselves. And I think that for me, I needed that time, and it allowed me to be okay with being by myself, and now I'm basking in it. Now, another thing that has allowed me to be happy while being abroad is focusing on me, focusing on bettering myself, being the best I can be, and not because of anybody else, because people are telling me I should do this, or because I want to appeal to somebody else's beauty standards. No, just because it makes me feel good. I started to eat better for myself and be more conscious about what I eat because I realized that it made me feel better. And if I start my day off with a strong, happy feeling, good energy, I can finish my day just the same way. So focusing on self-betterment is always great to do while you're living abroad. Now, if you guys don't know by now, I have a cat, and I did not get her while I was abroad. She actually came from the United States, and when I tell you, this cat has been through, she has helped me through, I want to say I was in a point of depression while I was in college. She helped me through that, and I'm really attached to this cat. And even though, you know, I can't say anything, she can't say anything in return, we have this connection. And I know some people may think, you know, oh, she's a cat, she doesn't care about you. Listen, me and my cat, nobody can tell me nothing about my cat, okay? Me and my cat have this special unspoken bond, and I promise if it wasn't for her, like, I probably wouldn't have made it as long. It's just that the affection, being able to come home to something that you can love is another way to stay happy. I've realized that I feel better and happier when I am being selfless. I am very selfish at this point of my life, but I am also very selfless, and I'm gonna explain why. So I'm very selfless. I'm a giving person. I feel good when I'm able to pay for someone's meal, or I'm able to give, not just to the poor, but to anybody that I'm close with. I feel good when I can cook for someone and I can watch someone enjoy my meal. Things like that make me feel good. I love being able to host people. I love people coming to my place, and I love to be able to give them and to treat them and to make them feel loved. And I think that that kind of energy, that kind of positivity has helped me in return be happy while being abroad. Now, on the flip side, I am very selfish. And this kind of goes back to the second thing I was talking about, meditating and focusing on me. This is the freest time of my life. I don't have any kids. I'm not married. I'm not in a relationship. I am free. And this is probably the freest I will ever be in my life. And I want to bask, and I want to really savor this moment. And so that's why I'm traveling. That's why I'm doing what I want to do at this point in my time, at this point in my life, because I'm able to do it. You know, I have special days that I call me time. When I used to live out in the country, I would travel to Seoul, rent a hotel, and literally have a weekend for just me, myself, and my shadow. Seriously. And it really helps. It really helps you get into your mind and making you feel good. Take yourself on dates. I would go to the movies by myself. I would go to like bars and restaurants by myself during this time. And it makes you feel good. Cater to you, because you may start losing that. I mean, you shouldn't ever lose that in your life, but once all these other things start coming into your life, you do kind of put yourself second. And right now, putting myself first is probably one of the most important things that I can do in my life right now. Now, the last thing that I do is I take advantage of being abroad. I take advantage of my weekends and I explore what there is to offer. I try not to stay home very often. I do love being home. I do. I'm not gonna lie. But if there's something new that you want to try, just go. Just walk around the city, walk down the street, find a new, I don't know, a picnic area, sunbathe. Just explore and never stop. Because once you become content, then you start being okay. And I think that you just need to get out and you need to explore to keep building upon what you've already been building while you're living abroad. Anyways, I want to know, how do you guys stay happy wherever you are? What do you guys do? Do you agree with any of the things that I do? If you haven't done so already, make sure you go ahead and press that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this one. Also, check out these links here so you can see some other videos that I think you guys should check out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next video.